Hi there, this is Blair Pat, and I wanted to talk today about my 3 favorite books of 2022 because this is a year I read the most books in my life, probably by choice ever. So I definitely wanted to talk about that. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing headphones, it's because I have misophonia, and if you want to know more about that, I have some videos on my channel. So yeah, let's get started. This is one of my top 3 books. It is Invitation to a Beheading by Vladamir and Nabokov. Also, there's going to be 2 Nabokovs. Whoop, see, there you go. Laughter in the Dark by Vladimir Nabokov. And then A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. So if you don't like Nabokov, I apologize, but he's kind of my fave, so we're going to be talking about him. Invitation to a Beheading is the one I want to start with first. This little pink guy right here. This is a surrealist story by Nabokov, and it's not very long. It's only 223 pages, which is not bad at all. Very readable in a week for a normal person. For me, it took 2 days because at my job I'm allowed to read, so I get a lot of reading time. But this is not really like a comforting sitting by the fireplace kind of book. It's very enthralling and very much like a book where you have to pay attention a lot to what's going on. It's not very light, so to speak, you know. Mostly because I previously had not read any surrealist books because they always like confused me too much, but this one was the right amount of confusing, if that makes sense. It really reminded me of A Clockwork Orange. The first time I read that was a very similar experience to me reading this for the first time, where you get they don't say what certain words mean in A Clockwork Orange, and it's a different dialect, and it in a different country that doesn't exist, or like a different time that doesn't exist. And so is Invitation to a Beheading. It's about a guy, Cincinnati, who commits a crime called hold on, I have to see the actual quote. Gnostic turpitude. Turpitude? I don't know. But it's supposed to, you're not supposed to know what it means. He's also been accused of opacity. So basically, he's just accused of being different than the rest of the society. And that's his crime, you know? Or whatever you determine it to mean. But it's kind of, you just want to learn about the experiences of Cincinnati and not really be so stuck on, what is his crime? You know what I mean? I really enjoyed the unique relationship that Cincinnati experiences with his wife and also his mother, which both are talked about throughout this book. He is confined to a prison cell for the entirety of the book, except for, obviously, the beheading incident. But it doesn't really matter because he explores a lot with his imagination, and you learn through, his own imagination, his life. And then I wanted to read off this quote that's about Cincinnati's imagination and about his life, which I thought really encapsulated this book. And it is, "In my dreams, the world would come alive, becoming so captivatingly majestic, free, and ethereal that afterwards it would be oppressive to breathe the dust of this painted life." And yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, you should probably read Invitation to Beheading. I realize I've been holding it upside down. I'm sorry. This cover is a little confusing, but it's cute. The next one I wanted to talk about, I wanted to start with just a quote, and that would be something that was, hold on, "Something was destroyed forever. Everything would henceforth be tainted with a poisonous flavor of doubt." And this book, if you hadn't guessed already, is about infidelity. The way it's infidelity. Yeah, but it's about all the drama that can ensue after cheating, because of cheating, all of those things. And I thought it was a really good book because of there's a twist, I would say, where it's really good, and I don't want to spoil things. I don't want to give anything away, but it is really, really good. Albinus is the man of the affair, and he is just such a hateable character. You know, I hate this man, and I love the way that Nabokov writes about relationships with men and women, because I feel like he understands problems of modern society that he shouldn't understand because he's dead. And I also think that he just says a lot of things about the horrors of men. As you can see, he wrote Lolita as well, which I just think, which most people misinterpret. He doesn't support anything like that. It's a horror novel. But yeah, he, to me, captures a lot of the horrors that I've experienced in dating, and I think it's a really good book. I also would say it's more of a lighter read. Like, I know I just said like captures a lot of horrors, but it's not like Invitation to a Beheading where you like really have to focus on what's going on all the time. It's more of like you can read it and be sitting by, well, maybe not the beach, but maybe the fireplace. So yeah, it's just really good. And a certain detail I wanted to highlight was that, of course, this novel is also, if you are uncomfortable with reading materials like this, it is a relationship between a man and a underage woman. The woman is 16, so if you are not okay with that, I totally understand, but he doesn't write about it in a positive way, so it's not like he's endorsing it. He's just calling to like that these things happen and bringing to like the power dynamic that ensues because of that. For example, a specific detail he uses is he makes Albanus call his mistress Bunny, which to me just makes me squirm because he knows he's comparing his mistress to an animal of prey. So essentially, he knows he's preying on this woman, and it just, yeah, he has a very obsessive love and a very sick obsession with this woman, which I found he wrote really well. He seems to be good at that thing, so yeah. But I would recommend if you are into that sort of thing. Well, not into that sort of thing, but into reading that sort of thing. And then I wanted to talk about lastly is A Room with a View. This is definitely your sit by the beach, sit by the fireplace, read it wherever you want type of book because it's just a travel story and a love triangle. It's so peaceful and so nice, but things still happen to make it interesting. And I found it just like super entertaining to learn about this woman and her life and her thoughts because I love what women have to say. Even though it's written by man. I think he writes her very well, and I like how she interacts with the men in her life, and I like how she thinks about the world and how she thinks about the events that happened to her as well when she's in Italy. Plus, I had just been on my summer vacation, so it was very nice to also read about vacationing and bring all that back in the memories for me, so it's probably another reason I liked it. I also wanted to warn for people who are looking for a spicier romance book, this is not that. This is an Edwardian novel. You're barely gonna get a kiss, you know? It's that kind of thing. So if you don't like that, sorry, but there's no spicy scenes. But if you don't want spicy scenes, it's the book for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed hearing about my 3 fave books of 2022. And I'm also going to make a video about this one book that I read 3/5 of the way, it was 500 pages, that I really hated by a popular author. I want to make a video about it because I spent so much of my life reading that book and it was just so tragic. It was so bad. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day.